What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be making this cell phone case out of some skateboard wood and maple. First I ripped some scrap maple into strips and then I cut it pretty much into a picture frame using my 45-degree jig. So while that was drying, I cut up a few strips of skateboard wood, glued them in all different orientations, and then cut it out on the bandsaw. And then I just glued it all together kind of like an end grain cutting board where I rotated each piece 90 degrees. Once I was in the clamps, I set that aside to dry, and then the frame was just about dry enough to cut some splines in it. So the template I'm using, I just made out of plywood, and it's the exact shape of my cell phone, minusing 1/8 of an inch on the length and width. So referencing off the template with a flush trim bit, this will give me the inside edge of the cell phone case. So after that step, I could take the template off and remove the flush trim bearing for one that's 1/8 of an inch smaller, and this will give me the groove that my phone will eventually fit into. Getting the height of the bit is very important just because it'll either make the phone case too loose or too tight. Next I worked on the skateboard wood, and I started by flattening it on the belt sander, and then I took it at a table saw and ripped off a pretty thin strip to be glued onto the back of the cell phone case. At this point the sides are pretty thin, so I take really shallow passes to round over the back edge, and then I use some sandpaper and files to round over the inside edge. I couldn't really get a good camera angle for this step, so I just drilled a pilot hole for a 1/4-inch bit to fit into so I could route out the slot for the buttons on the sides of the phone. Then I just used a combination of files to make a channel for the buttons to slide past, and you can kind of see that here. I sprayed 3 thin coats of lacquer and I sanded in between coats after it was dry. And here it is all finished. I'm really excited how it came out. My phone fits in it perfectly, it doesn't move around, there's no slack to it. My logo on the bottom kind of smeared, but overall I'm still pretty excited about it. I love the way the skateboard pattern looks. So if you guys like the idea of the 100% wooden cell phone case, definitely check out Fortunate NY. It's a skateboard apparel company that my friend Brett Conti started up. There's a ton of awesome clothing on the website, including a similar pattern of these cell phone cases, so definitely check them out, and I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.